Welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm Roadkill, and today we're flying the Black Hawk over Mogadishu. And if you don't know about Black Hawks in Mogadishu, let me just tell you, this is where the Battle of Mogadishu took place on October 3rd, 1993. We're going to be taking off from where those Rangers took off from this airfield here. And we're going to fly the path that they flew during the mission that was made famous by Black Hawk Down, the movie. Pretty sad story, but definitely an amazing piece of history. And if you've not watched that movie, I highly recommend it.
Alright, welcome to Gaming with Roadkill. Please like, share, and follow!
I had a flight plan set into the computer with the location of where their mission building was, the mission where they were going to hit the building where everything went wrong, and where a couple of the helicopters crashed. But unfortunately it didn't save and it's not loading in. So we're just going to try to play it by ear here and follow the flight path that they took to go into their mission back in 1993 on October 3rd. So they flew up this way from what I learned online. And the building, see if I can see where the road is here. The building that they were trying to infiltrate here is just directly down there. That square patch there is where Durant crashed, and the building's just directly below us. Or wait, no, right there. I guess I could slow down here and bring it down to where the building is. I can see where it's at now. If I don't crash it. Man, this internet issue is not working. I'm having a snowstorm and I got Starlink, so it's just really choppy. Okay. So the building that they were going to infiltrate here, if I can lower this down here like they would have, except they would have been a lot lower by this time. I'm gonna have to go around. See, I would not make a good Army pilot, would I? But right down here in the corner is where the Olympic Hotel is, and that is where they were attacking this square building here that we're looking at to our right. Right below us is where Blackburn dropped off the rope, and this is the road that they flew down to get there. I am definitely not a very good pilot. I'm just learning this thing, so bear with me. Alright, so they would have flown down here, and this is where Blackburn, this is where they would have done the fast rope right here, and tried to make it into the Olympic Hotel, which is this square white building here that we're looking at right there. But yeah, this is where Blackburn dropped 75 feet, I hear, from the rope, and where the mission went south, and it became a rescue mission. And up over here, if I can find it, is where Mike Durant crashed. It's right over here. This is where his bird went down. Somewhere over in this area over here. I'm not sure exactly where, if it was right here or over here, but this is the area we're hovering over where his helicopter went down, and I'm not sure. Let's see if I can figure out where the other helicopter went down. I gotta find our objective here. Where is our objective? I lost it. All the buildings look the same. Somewhere down there. Oh, there it is. There's the Olympic Hotel there. So I'm assuming, if I can guesstimate it, the other aircraft went down about right down below us here. And unfortunately, none of those people survived. And that's where I think we're looking at the intersection where it went down directly ahead of us here. Let's go down here. I think it might be right here. I could be off a few blocks, but it could have gone. I think it went down right here. So as you can see, it's not that far away from where they were based out of the airport over there, and you kind of get an idea on how big Mogadishu is and how many people live here. So it's pretty sketchy. We'll fly on over to the stadium where the UN was located. Where is that stadium? It's over here. So the stadium's over here. You can see the red over there in the big square there. That's the stadium that the UN was stationed at, and they had to run all that way. The Rangers that got left out of the armored vehicles. If you haven't seen that movie, Black Hawk Down, pretty much they had to fight all night in the city as they were getting ambushed, and some of the Rangers got left out of the UN armored vehicles. And you see that highway down there? They pretty much had to run this whole highway and down this whole road here from where we were not too long ago, wherever that is. But they had to run 5 miles through these cities with thousands of enemy combatants trying to take them out. So yeah, it's pretty sketchy situation. They're pretty lucky to be alive. What a piece of history. Now that I know where things are here, it makes it a little easier to find. But yeah, Mike Durant's crash site's right down here. I think he flew 661 or 64, and the other crash is up further north there. So yeah, this is Mogadishu. This is where Black Hawk Down took place. And unfortunately, I don't have an accurate skin, which I'm gonna have to look for at flightsim.2. But this helicopter is awesome. I love this thing. It's beautiful. Look at this. I love it. All right, we'll fly back to the airport here, and just get flying back there. It usually gets choppy around the airport, so if it does, I apologize. It was like when we took off, but look how close the airport is. This is where all the Rangers were camping out, or where they had their camp set up, or their base, I should say. And not very far from all the combatants. I guess they're being mortared all the time here because we didn't want to send an aircraft carrier to give them safe stay for some reason. So they put them up here and had them stay here at the airport here. But yeah, this is where Black Hawk Down took place, and if you haven't seen that movie, I highly recommend you check it out. And then also, if you're interested in that kind of history, there's a podcast called Shawn and he just interviewed Mike Durant, who was one of the survivors of the crashed helicopter there that we flew over, and he talks about what was going on. But yeah, this is where they were stationed, right here. And as we get down lower, it starts getting choppy. I don't know why, but it does. But you can see right there, there's some helicopters in the satellite imagery parked here, so I'm guessing this is where they parked their Blackhawks. And we're going to do that now and jump on out of here and say farewell. Alright, that's it. We just flew a Blackhawk over Mogadishu and landed back where the Rangers were stationed back in '93. I hope you enjoyed the flight. Have a great weekend, whatever you have at you. Stay safe and Godspeed.